Hey, this is Daryl. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, which is actually from an episode from my podcast, Real Men, Real Conversations, make sure you check that out. Claiming your ultimate vision and your purpose. As men, we need to have vision. We need to have a reason why, that purpose. And if you can't see it first, it's not going to come into your life. So check out the video. Once again, make sure you subscribe to both my YouTube channel here and also my podcast, Real Men, Real Conversations, which is just below in the description area. And also in that description area, I have some really cool resources for you to check out. One of them is my online course, which is Inner Work for Men. You got to do the work, men, if you want to create that transformation. You want to create that best life. So make sure just below, check it out. Enjoy the video. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Welcome to Real Men, Real Conversations. This is Daryl, your host. This is episode number 45, Claiming Your Ultimate Vision and Purpose. Man, this is important stuff that is a simple strategy for men and really for everybody is to know where you're going in life. And, vision can be defined as, 10, 15, 20 years. But it also can just be defined for the next 6 months, maybe the next 12 months of your life. And I find that is sometimes the better way of doing this, but you got to feel what works good for you. I think it's great to think about where you want to be long-term, 5, 10, 15 years, to have that. And it may not be really detailed the further you go out. I've done a lot of work with entrepreneurs and business owners, and they need a vision too, and start thinking about where they want to be in the future. Where do you want to arrive? So we're not just kind of floundering and floating around day to day, and then the year goes by, and here we are, and 2021, and approaching the end of the year. Well, how's the year been for you? It's a question you should have asked way back. At the beginning of the year of what do I want from my year? What does it look like? What do I want to be celebrating at the end of the year? Right. So you start with the end in mind. Good Stephen Covey strategy. And then the more you're looking at that and thinking about that, the more you're going to do about it. All right. But, right now, with men that aren't feeling excited in life, you feel like you're kind of drained. And I don't care where you are. You could be a 25-year-old listening, and you could be a 75-year-old male listening to this podcast. And it doesn't matter. If you're here with us and you're still breathing, vision is always critical. But I've seen it. I've lived it myself where, after some milestones, you've been living long enough, you start to lack vision and you lack purpose. And what happens is, you can feel depressed. You can feel really down. You have low energy. You can't get excited. So unfortunately, what happens is you still need excitement, but your purpose and that vision might go into these really fake, fabricated, unfulfilling, empty boxes of like games, sporting events. You might find this excitement in watching TV or food or alcohol. These things that aren't really filling you up. It might give you something in a moment, but literally either after it or shortly after it, you feel empty again, because that's not a true purpose. There's no vision there, but it's natural for that to happen. And if that's where you are in your life, you're probably not feeling too excited and passionate, and your energy is low. Your masculinity is not strong. But here's the deal, all right? Your spouse is still looking for that solid masculine man that she wants. Your children or grandchildren, they're looking at you. They're watching. They're observing of how you approach life and what you're going after. So I wanted to pre-frame, set the stage here that this is really critically important, But most men just won't sit down and start thinking about, reclaiming or claiming your ultimate vision and purpose. And that's what inspired me to want to put this in front of you through this specific episode. Okay. So, once again, men need a sense of vision and a purpose. I don't care what age you're at, whether you're a 25-year-old or 90-year-old. Man, you got to wake up and know where you want to go, right? That's that vision of what do you want to see? And this is up to you. You can do this 10 years out, 15 years out, and then start, bringing it a little bit closer to, 3 years, 2 years, and then 1 year. Or maybe you just might start with just 1 year. So you got to see what feels right for you. I know in my coaching, working with men, I have I kind of framed a saying of within arm's reach. So meaning, if you set a goal 5 years from now, that's not within arm's reach because there's so much noise right now in your life that wants your attention and will distract you. It may be difficult to stay focused on something that's too far out there. I think you still have that vision, but you got to bring it closer to what's it look like 12 months? What's it look like 6 months from now? So if it's closer, it's more important and you're going to give more attention to it. And it also, it'll create more energy for you, excitement. And maybe fear, maybe doubt, but there might be some mixed emotions, but hopefully overall, still some sort of an excitement that makes you want to do something to go after that goal. So vision is, like I said, there's long-term way out there vision, and then there's just bring it a little bit closer. You have to kind of play around with that a little bit, see which one feels good for you, and maybe it's both. Okay. But men need that. You need to have that vision. It's going to give you more fulfillment in your life today, right now. And that's what we're talking about. More excitement, more passion. You're going to feel stronger. Your behavior, how you show up is going to be different. I mean, this is all the benefits of doing this right now. Okay. So the question is, where are you right now? I mean, how have you been feeling? So this is kind of that gut check. Maybe I've been down, maybe I just feel really flat. I'm searching for things that I'm grabbing onto to make me feel good. Give me something to look forward to, right? So maybe that's where you are. Maybe I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty strong. I feel like I'm in that zone most of the time. I feel good with my career. I feel good with my body. I feel good with my relationships with my spouse and my children, So you could be in different places. This isn't just for people that are deep down and depressed by any means. This is for anyone, no matter where you are. My question is just, where are you right now? All right. So just a gut check. Where am I? Am I excited? Right. So simple questions. This is kind of a gut check. Where am I? And just be honest with yourself, right? As you're listening, and if you have a journal, you can write things down. How do I feel on a daily basis? How have I felt the last week or two? Or how have I felt just for this year, 2021? Have I been excited? What's gotten me excited? Right? So just that gut check of where you are. What I found when it comes to vision, there's not this guarantee this is the only formula. A lot of it is just this gut check, authentic, very truthful with yourself. Honesty is the key. It's asking these questions, all right? So this is for you. This isn't something you need to go and post on social media that I don't have vision. I don't feel like I have purpose. I'm not that happy, or I'm okay, or it's just for you, all right? So if that's how you're feeling, you can write that down. You can kind of journal. This is kind of where I'm at. What it's the point of doing this is not to feel like shit. All right? The point of doing this is to know that the vision may not be there. Your sense of purpose isn't there. And if we can get that, if you can get connected to that there's immediate benefit. And you've had this many times in your life. Okay. So once again, this is really it's good for any man, no matter where you are. If you don't have that clear vision and that clear purpose, you don't have to be depressed for this to only work. You can be going crazy, momentum, excited, ecstatic, and still take it to another level. Okay. What do you want, right? What do you want? Do you want better health? Do you want more money? Do you want to feel like you're giving a bigger contribution? Do you want to have better connections with your wife, with your children, with your friends, with your family, with your grandchildren? Do Do you want promotion in your career? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to start a YouTube channel? Do you want to be, reconnected with, if you're an athlete or an actor or professional chess player? I'm throwing things out there. What do you want? I mean, that's a powerful question that I have seen men transform and move. And at first, they're just, because that question's not asked enough, they don't have any muscle behind it. And so they're typically, the bigger muscle that they have is they know what they don't want, or they're focusing more on what's not good in their life. That's a strong muscle, unfortunately. We need to strengthen a muscle about, what do I want? Like, this is my life. What do I want? What's important to me? So once again, a lot of this process comes down to you asking the right questions and staying with the question. Meaning, don't just ask the question, what do I want, and say, I don't know. Ask it again. Form a ritual in the morning, at lunch, in the evening, have a journal. What's that? Ask that question again. And the more you ask that question, there's a part of your mind that will laser in, and it'll go to work for you. It'll kind of go into your mind, your subconscious mind, and it'll start throwing out stuff for you. Maybe you'll be in the middle of the day and you're like, I know what I want. I haven't ran a marathon or a half marathon. I want to run a marathon. That's what I want. Boom. Grab onto that. Write that down. That might be what you need. So when you ask that question, it may not come to you immediately. So that doesn't mean that you don't know what you want. You just haven't really built that muscle. So ask it and let it go. But don't let it go, meaning just ask it once, and if it doesn't come to you, then you're done. Come back to it next day. What do I want? And the more you ask, the deeper part of your brain and your mind, it will give you answers, right? And some of them, it'll give you an answer, but you're not quite sure that's what you truly want to do. Maybe it was something you did 10, 15 years ago, and maybe you're not there anymore. Maybe that's where you were before, but not anymore. Maybe it is what you need. So, most likely it's going to be more than just one thing, but it's a very, very powerful question. What do you want? All right. Here's the deal. You can't claim your future without the vision first. Okay? Think about that. You can't claim your future without having that vision first. You need to see it first. So rather that is just a year from now, you need to start seeing it. I've recently moved, and I'm back in the great state of Michigan. And as I'm looking at the window now, I see water, which just fills me up. I'm very drawn to water. So I don't know where you are, part of the world, but Lake Michigan is fresh water. It's a very big lake, 5 lakes. It's beautiful. But this is where I've done a lot of triathlons in this area, and over the last 10 years, I haven't done that many. So I'm already visually seeing. I already went on, and done some searching in regards to what websites I'm looking to do next summer. And that really excites me. So I'm starting to see it now, and then I start to see it, I'll start continuously making adjusting my workouts as I'm going through the year and approaching that. So that's an example. That's just 1 year from now. I can see them. I can hear, taste, all my senses. It's amazing. That's only a year out. All right. That's only a year out. So I need to see it though, or you need to see it. Everyone needs to see. What do you want to see first? You can't see it. It's hard to claim that vision. It's hard. It's going to be hard to manifest and bring it into your life. All right. So really, really, really important. All right. Rediscover your purpose here, right? Your purpose will change through life. I don't know where you are, but when I think and reflect on my own life of who I was like 30 years ago or 25 years ago to who I am now and what's important to me, my purpose is very different. Family, that's a long stretch of time, over 25 years. And I'm sure where I'm going to be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, my purpose will most likely change. Some of it will stay the same, the core, I'm sure, but this is something that we need to revisit. Purpose is like your why. Like, why do you get up? Like, it's part of vision as well. So think of purpose as passion of the why question. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I choosing to do very little? Why do I choose to live comfortably right now, right? It's easy to get comfortable. It could be in a career, successful with your career, feel pretty solid with that. But that gets us to a point where we might level out. Like we were growing till we got there. And then after we got there, it's just like, okay, and that might have been 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it may have been, but you've been coasting for a while. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But you probably had a stronger purpose. The why you wanted something was really, really strong. And what happens is we get it, and then we just kind of chill for a while, right? We get complacent, right? We can kind of get lazy. And then we're just finding that we need more, right? So that's what I'm saying. Your purpose most likely has changed, but now is a good time. Now is like what is my purpose? What's my why? It gives you reason to be doing something. It gives you a reason to get up every day and feel alive. So if you don't feel alive, man, you got corroded purpose. You have a very smudgy, you can barely see vision, So if you're waking up every day and you're like, you're okay. You're grateful for what you have. You've worked hard for what you have. You might even be asking yourself, man, I've been working so hard to get where I want to get. Now you're saying that's not enough. That's not the message here. The message is this: is you're feeling alive inside. You feel connected in that vision and that purpose, because like I said, that never goes away. Should always be there. You should always be giving energy to it. So it's not about not being enough. It's about being fulfilled, energized, excited, passionate about your life. That's what we're talking about. And if you're not hitting that, it's because you had a vision, you had a purpose. It most likely got what you wanted. You most likely attracted, you did show up and you claimed what you wanted because you had those things in order. But then we sit back and things fade away a little bit, and then we're feeling a little bit dead inside. That's what we're talking about here. So it's not about you're not enough or you're not doing enough. That's nothing to do with that at all. All right. It has more to do with how you feel on a daily basis. All right. So purpose is key for a man to feel fulfilled. And you just can't have this big success that will most likely fill you up the rest of your life. I haven't seen that, because it's the dynamics of who we are as humans. We need more. We need to have, like I said, that vision and that purpose. We need to be working on it all the time to feel fulfilled, to feel like we're contributing, to feel like we're making a difference, to feel connected with people, to feel significant, to feel the variations and the difference of what we're doing on a yearly basis. So we're feeling it's not stuck in this rut doing the same thing over and over and over. Okay. So as I said before, what you see is what you get. So if you see bad things and you're focusing on what you don't have in life and you see what doesn't work for you, you're going to get more of that into your life. So why not see something different? Why don't you see, like I said, what do you want? Go back to that question of what do you want? That could be with your money, your career, your profession, something completely new, writing a book, starting a side business. Could be something with money. I mean, variations of things. And most likely there might be a few things that you're going to write down, and that's what gives you the greatest jolts right now. What feels the best? Like it would be effortless. If I could put my energy into this would be amazing. All right. And that's that vision that you want to start building off right there. So if you see that and you have these rituals and focusing on that, it's going to come into your life. All right. It's going to come in your life because you're going to be doing something. You're going to be in action going forward with that. All right. So what you see is what you get. All right. Hey, I want to leave you with this. Men need to invest in their life. You need to invest in yourself because you are worth it. I mean, when's the last time you bought a good book for yourself on learning? Like I said, something that's right along with what you need in your life, a good resource. And I'm glad you're here, right? Listening to this episode and hopefully listen to more of my other episodes. You're part of my podcast. Awesome. I have another resource that I want you to check out. And this is something I put. It's an online course called Inner Work for Men. Because what I'm talking about right now is ultimately you have to do the work. And this ultimate vision and ultimate purpose is part of the course. There's a lot more content. So I strongly urge you to check it out. All right. It's going to be in my show notes, which is just below. You can check that out. There's a link there to learn more about this. But I really encourage you to take the next step. right? Get the right resources. If you get one strategy, one little nugget from that course, think about it, one strategy, one nugget, it can make a difference in your life and it can make things possible. Right? That's what I want to put out there. That's what's possible here. So when I created the course, Inner Work for Men, this is based off my own life coaching for 16 plus years, 16,000 plus coaching sessions. I mean, this is coming from me just being in the trenches, me doing my own work, but also working with other men around the world doing the work as well. And then I kind of put it all together to create a nice online course. All right. Something you can have access to immediately, something you can let that be your virtual online coach in a way, myself in this online course, and something you can sit there and start doing the work, start reconnecting, claim your ultimate vision and your purpose. Okay. So check that out. It's in my show notes. And once again, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. And so if you want to go ahead and give me some comments on an Apple Podcast review, if I can say that, check it out, Apple Podcast review. Find that and go ahead and give me a few comments. That'll help me grow and expand my podcast here. I know there's millions of men out there. I'm not saying I'm the only podcast, but I know men need resources. And hopefully I can be just one of those resources in this podcast if they can find it. So that's what a review would do for me, help this podcast get some more attention. And other awesome option is just do a direct referral or to some other men in your life. Say, hey, really cool podcast, Real Men, Real Conversations. You might want to check it out. And they can look it up on their little devices, give it a listen, and decide if that's something that's good for them. All right. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. Keep your heads up. Go find your vision, get connected with your purpose, and let's make some change and transformation in your life. All right. Thanks a lot.